The air in Ogbe-Mmiri hung thick and fragrant with the scent of frangipani and the ever-present dampness rising from the Oshimiri River. For generations, this Igbo community in eastern Nigeria had lived in symbiotic harmony with the river, their lives dictated by its ebbs and flows, their spirits intertwined with its mythical guardian, Ala-Mmiri, the river goddess. The annual Ihumiri festival was the pinnacle of their reverence. Chief Okori, a man whose wisdom was etched into the lines on his face like the river's meandering paths, would lead the procession to the riverbank. Maidens in vibrant wrappers danced with calabashes filled with offerings, the plumpest yams, intricately woven baskets of kola nuts, and gourds brimming with the finest palm wine. The air would thrum with the rhythm of drums and the melodic chants of the women, all directed towards appeasing the benevolent Ala-Mmiri. Among the villagers was a spirited young boy named Emeka, known for his inquisitive mind and boundless energy. He had grown up listening to the tales of Ala-Mmiri, his imagination painting vivid pictures of an underwater kingdom. Unlike some of his peers who took the legends for granted, Emeka felt a deep curiosity, a yearning to understand the connection his people had with the unseen. Also in Ogbe-Mmiri lived Mama Nkechi, the village storyteller. Her voice, raspy yet captivating, held the weight of generations of lore. She would gather the children under the sprawling mango tree in the evenings, her tales of Ala-Mmiri filled with both wonder and cautionary notes about respecting the river's power. One season, the lifeblood of Ogbe-Mmiri began to dwindle. The Oshimiri, usually a robust, flowing entity, shrank, revealing muddy banks and stranded canoes. The once fertile farmlands grew brittle, and the fishermen returned with empty nets. A heavy silence descended upon the village, punctuated only by worried whispers. The council of elders, their faces etched with concern, sought the counsel of the village diviner, a reclusive woman named Isioma who lived near the Whispering Falls, a place believed to be a direct conduit to the spirit world. Isioma's pronouncements were grave. Ala-Mmiri weeps, she declared, her voice echoing the sorrow that gripped the village. Her sacred space has been violated. The great Iroko tree by the ancient burial grounds, a tree she held dear, has been felled by outsiders seeking its valuable timber. Chief Okori's brow furrowed in anger and dismay. The ancient burial grounds were hallowed, a place of deep respect, and the Iroko tree there was considered a silent guardian. News of its destruction spread through Ogbe-Mmiri like a wildfire. A delegation, led by Chief Okori and including Emeka, Mama Nkechi, and some of the elders, journeyed to the neighboring village where the loggers were said to have come from. They found the once majestic Iroko reduced to a stump, its fallen branches scattered like broken limbs. The loggers, driven by greed, were unapologetic. Returning to Ogbe-Mmiri, the air was thick with despair. Chief Okori, however, was resolute. We must appease Ala-Mmiri, he declared. We must show her our remorse and our commitment to healing this wound. A grand ritual was planned, one that would involve the entire community. Mama Nkechi, her voice filled with sorrowful beauty, composed a lament to Ala-Mmiri, a song that spoke of their regret and their promise to protect the sacred spaces. Emeka, though young, helped gather special herbs and flowers for the offering, his small hands working with a solemn determination. The day of the ritual arrived, heavy with anticipation. The villagers, adorned in white cloth as a sign of purity and sorrow, walked in a slow procession to the banks of the receding Oshimiri. Chief Okori offered the most prized ram, its blood mingling with the parched earth as a plea for forgiveness. Mama Nkechi's lament echoed across the silent river, her voice carrying the weight of their collective guilt and hope. As the ritual reached its climax, Isioma, her eyes closed in deep concentration, began to chant in an ancient tongue. The air around the riverbank seemed to shimmer, and a hush fell over the crowd. Emeka, His eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination, thought he saw a fleeting glimpse of movement beneath the water's surface, a shimmering form that vanished as quickly as it appeared. Days turned into nights, and the Oshimiri remained stubbornly low. Doubt began to creep into the hearts of some villagers. But Chief Okare remained steadfast in his faith. He reminded them of the legends, of Ala-Mmiri's compassion as well as her power. Then, one sweltering afternoon, as Emeka sat by the riverbank, tracing patterns in the dry mud, he noticed a change. A small trickle of water, clearer and more vibrant than before, began to flow from a crevice further upstream. Slowly, steadily, the trickle grew into a stream, and the stream into a current. A cry went up from the village. The Oshimiri was returning. As the river swelled, life returned to Ogbe-Mmiri. The rains followed, gentle at first, then more persistent, nourishing the thirsty land. The fishermen cast their nets once more, their laughter echoing across the water. The Igbo-Mmiri festival that year was not just a ritual of appeasement, but a joyous celebration of Ala-Mmiri's grace and the resilience of their community. Emeka, now a little older, understood that the legend of Ala-Mmiri was more than just a story. It was a living embodiment of their connection to the natural world, a reminder that respect and harmony were not just traditions, but vital necessities for their survival. And Mama Nkechi's tales continued to be told, now with a new chapter, the story of the failed Iroko and the river's sorrowful retreat, a potent reminder of the enduring power and the watchful presence of Ala-Mmiri, the beloved river goddess of the Oshimiri.